up we have Buiselo Botha from Sonke for Gender Justice Network in South Africa.
Why do I do the work that I do? I want to say that I have personal interest. I'm raising 3 children. My boy was born on the 29th of September 1979. Last Tuesday, he became 30 years old. I have a daughter, Latiwe, was born on the 19th of February 1990. She's 19 years old, second year University of the Northwest. I have the last born, Sponganjalo Sibushiso, who was born on the 25th of September 1994. Last Friday, she became 15 years. So I'm doing this work to ensure that we create an environment conducive for my boy when he walks the street of Sebokeng to be able to respect women. I'm doing this work so that Sponganjalo and Latiwe are able to walk without fear of being raped or molested. So I have selfish interest. I thought at the outset, accept that their salary, their benefits, but until we speak to men and say, why do men do this work? What are the benefits? Or why should men do this work? Until we say to men, what is in it for them as men? We must answer the question at this conference, what are the benefits for men themselves to do the work that we are doing as men? And that for me is fundamental. So I'm just saying that at a personal level, I have interest in holding not only Malema, other public officials to account. I have selfish interest that I make no apologies about. That I would like to see South Africa as a country, you know, something that we seem to forget, that we're sitting in this hall today, MenEngage is meeting throughout Africa, we're here. But you know, we probably could be sitting on the unmarked graves of people who laid their lives for this democracy, for this freedom. And you see, sexism is not different to racism. But there's something in it for me as a man. Among my children, is that when women are free, I'm freed as well. Over Tambo has said this thing. You see, patriarchy, in its essence, it oppresses us. Because you can't come to terms with your own vulnerabilities as a man until we show men why is it important for them not only to get involved, but to be activists, to ensure that we hold public opinion, public leaders to account. If we are able to say to men, you will be freed from the demons of patriarchy, because it is demonic. Imagine when you want to express how you feel, you are not able to express it because of fear of contradicting what is in the mainstream. Imagine when I was saying to Bafana the other day, we went out with some friends. We came back home very late. And I said to them, don't leave me before I knock and go inside the house. And it has nothing to do with my disability. It's a natural phenomenon. I was fearful. She opened the window and said, Boiselo, are you serious that you are fearful? And there was this boisterous laughter. But for me, ladies and gentlemen, comrades, if we are serious about the work we do, it's important that we show men what does it mean to live in a society that respects women. What does it, for them, what are the benefits? When we destroyed the racism in this country, there were benefits for white people. They were able to go wherever they go because there were no more pariahs. They were able to change the world. But for as long as black people were oppressed, they were also oppressed. For as long as women are oppressed in the continent, throughout the world, we also as men are invariably, without saying, oppressed. Because in the freedom of women lies our own freedom. And I'm saying that part of the reason of holding public opinion leaders to account is to ensure that they lead the policies of their own government. It's not very well to have equality laws, but it's important to ensure that in the statement, what people say, you know, what is public, private, is also political. I can't say to you now, stand here, and talk to you about how wonderful, you know, issues of equality. And I go back to my wife, so and my children, so my daughter, and Nigeria, and see them opposite. I'm saying it's important as men to continue to remind ourselves as to there are indeed benefits in doing this way, because it frees us of the oppression of always wanting to be controlled in charge. When you don't even have answers, there are days when as men we don't have answers, but we always pretend to have these answers. Because these are what I call social skills. Society says, as a man, you must always have answers. When Malema is in court, very popular leader of the African National Congress Youth League, his defense has always been that I did not know. His defense has been, I'm not a gender expert. And our view has always been, you should have known because you were raised by a single man. There's something that you did not know that I share with Malema. He doesn't know his father, I don't know my father. So we're in the same pool, you know. So our struggle for gender equality is the same. And I come after the trial, whether we lose the case or we win the case, we shall have made a statement in this country. And for us, it's not about winning. You see, I thought that the timekeeper would be very, perceptive to a disabled person. I thought you'd treat me differently. I thought you'd give me more time. So for me, there are these institutions, public officials. Look at the trade union movement. The largest trade union movement in this country, CUSATU. The women in CUSATU remain deputy president, deputy second president. There is not a single trade union movement under CUSATU that is led by a woman as a secretary general. I'm saying, except the political leaders, your trade union leaders, we must begin a process of holding them accountable. Because what we do, ladies and gentlemen, we are sending a statement out there to your Johnson, to your elite, that certain things are unacceptable, certain things will not fold our arms. And for me, the real work, whilst it's very important to argue, to philosophize, to write, and these things are nice to underpin, the philosophy behind this work. For me, is to going down the street there. For me, is to say to CUSATU what you do about women's representation. For me to say to ANC, to DA, what you do about women's representatives. Not about numbers. This argument, and I've said this to the ANC, this argument that when women are given positions, is it not too early? Will they be able to survive? This is one argument I find flawed. The same questions are never asked when men are given positions. You know why? Because it is assumed, and wrongly so, that women have this God-given power to lead, and women have got this God-given power to be followers. And I'm saying that we should, and I think we've started a process to hold public opinion, public leaders to account. I'm saying this, in the ANC we used to say, a luta continua, the struggle continues. It's after Malema, Bafana spoke to you about Manzini, a top ANC official leader, who was about 2 weeks ago, who was the Director General of the National Intelligence. First page, Sunday Times, 4 million readers, acknowledging that I was beating my wife because she did not wash for me, she did not iron for me, she did not cook for me, because she thinks that she is some sophisticated, complicated woman. I'm saying that the challenge for us when we go back home is those leaders to hold them accountable. And the beauty about South Africa is that we have these instruments that we are going to use, and we will use them until cows come home, until chickens come home to roost. Thank you.